RB Game TV for nerds.
Welcome back to RB Game TV, and today we're here to talk about 5 hardcore games on the Nintendo GameCube. For all of those who are just joining in, just remember to hit the subscribe button, like and comment. First on the list, we got True Crime Streets of New York. True Crime Streets of New York was the second sequel to the franchise. The first one was named True Crime Streets of LA. I honestly think this was a game that was built to compete with the Grand Theft Auto franchise. The storyline is based around a former gang member named Marcus Reed, which he then became a cop, was promoted to be a detective, but nevertheless his mentor was being killed, which it was a setup. So it is this corruption thing where in the FBI and the police force. So Marcus now went on a journey trying to figure out who killed his mentor and to find the mole that is in the FBI force. I can say this for sure, this game is packed with a lot of side mission. In most open world games, you only can get to go in a few buildings, such as like the restaurant, the clothing store, and that's it. But in this game now, you can go in almost every building. The other thing about this game is that it can be a good cop, bad cop thing, where you can actually gain a street credit from this. It also has a good storyline, which you will find interesting. Now let's talk about Def Jam Fight for New York, which this was the second installment of the Def Jam franchise. The first one was called Def Jam Vendetta, which it more likely had the wrestling style, like the WWE style and WWE Raw style, which this now was like an authentic street fighting game. Well, I can say this about Def Jam Fight for New York. It was the best street fighting game that you would ever play. This game featured like the most popular artists in the 2000 era: Ludacris, Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, even Jamaican artists such as Sean Paul and Elephant Man. You get to build your own character, choose his fighting style. You even get to choose a girlfriend. You can even buy your own clothing, your own drips. It was just phenomenal. The storyline was perfect. The moves, immaculate. The moves are crazy. You get to use stuff in the environment to fight. It was just ridiculously insane. This game was top tier. Now we have here is the famous Resident Evil 4. Now this is the Resident Evil game that changed it all. It was graphically impressive, and a lot of Resident Evil fans were shocked when the Nintendo GameCube pulled off a Resident Evil like this. The storyline was very impressive, and the new third person over the shoulder look they gave it that made you get more control over the character. It was not this clunky type of Resident Evil that you played from the recent ones. The Resident Evil 4 that was on the GameCube evolved the entire Resident Evil franchise. Up to this point, all the new and modern Resident Evil that is being made now is being made this way. It was supposed to be an exclusive for the Nintendo GameCube only, but based off its sale, it was ported to other consoles.
Amateurs.
Now look who we have here. It's Mr. Bonds, James Bonds. 007 Agent Under Fire. Now in this James Bond, they push the features a little bit more extra, which you will get to use his car with his gadget. You also get to control a tank, and you also still get to use his gadgets. 007 is slick with the girls and also pulling out some crazy ass moves. They also inputted Special features such as the bonds move, where you use the surrounding and you hear the tun tun. That's when you pulled off an exclusive bonds move. Furthermore, it's a decent first-person shooter game with a nice story full of action that you will enjoy. So if you're a fan of the 007 franchise, you will more likely enjoy 007 Agent Under Fire. Now we have here is the Death to Right on the Nintendo GameCube. The story is based around a cop named Jack Slate who was framed for murder and was sent to prison, and then he escaped from prison to find the culprit that framed him. Death to Right have a little bit of similarity with the Max Payne franchise with the slow motion mechanic. He also has his dog, his canine called Shadow, who you could send out to finish off enemies. I can say this for sure, this game is full of guns. There is also a disarm mechanic that you can use in the middle of your gunfight. When you're out of bullets, you can actually disarm a character gun. It's a decent third-person shooter game with a good story that is similar to the style of Max Payne that you will find enjoyable. Thanks for stopping by at Orbit Game TV. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more contents like these.